Hey y'all, it's Kinsey here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today we're going to be talking about my April favorites. So if you want to see what my favorite makeup has been recently, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first I'm going to be talking about my favorite eyebrow products. Now these products have honestly been my favorite for like years and years. So nothing has really changed if you've watched any of my other videos, but I will go ahead and mention them because I found a new shade that I've been liking recently, and so we'll just go ahead and talk about that one. So my favorite eyebrow pencil has obviously been the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This has been my favorite for like probably 3 years, maybe 4, maybe, and I literally only use this, and the new shade that I found is 3.5. I used to use I think 4 whenever my hair was like more ashy, but like with my highlights I feel like this warmer shade looks better, so 3.5. And also I've really been loving the 24-hour brow setter. This is just the clear brow gel from Benefit. Here's the wand if you don't know. It's like longer on one side and shorter on the other. I feel like it just makes my eyebrows look really, really good. So that's what I'll be using for my brows. But I am going to go off camera and do my brows because everyone does theirs differently. I'm sure they don't want to watch me do my brows for 20 minutes. So I'll be right back with brows done, and then we'll talk about the eye products. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and cut my brows with concealer and primed my eyes, and also zoomed you guys in so you can get a better look at the eyes. Now, 2 eyeshadow palettes that I want to talk about. Obviously, these are not the only palettes I've been using, and I've been loving other ones as well, but these 2 are ones that one I just got, and then the other one I literally have loved ever since it came out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those and we'll talk about it. The 2 palettes that I have to talk about today are these 2. I'm going to talk about the one that I've been using longer and the one that I've been loving since it came out, and that is the Nikkie Tutorials X Beauty Bay palette. This palette is literally beautiful. It is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's quite dirty because I've used it a lot. And this is what it looks like if you haven't seen it, which I'm sure you have because this palette was so popular and Nikkie is very well known. So, but this palette, honestly, it's just so, it has like, you can do neutral looks, you can do bright looks, you can do darker looks, fall looks, spring looks, summer look, any look that you want, you can pretty much get from this palette. So I love it a lot. So this is the one that I've been using literally like the whole month of April mostly, and it's just beautiful. The second palette is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. Look at this packaging. Oh, it's so pretty. I actually bought this palette because of Paige Corn. She said that she loves this palette, and I have the Huda Beauty, it's one of the nude palettes. I forgot what it's called, but it's like the purpley one. I have that one, and I absolutely love it, and the colors are just amazing in that. They blend so well, too. So I decided to pick this up during the VIB sale because you get money off, and these are like $75 or something, maybe $70, but they're very expensive. So I decided to pick it up while I got 20% off because I am a VIB Rouge. So I picked it up and I've used it 2 times and it is gorgeous. It blends so well. Here is what the inside looks like. I don't know if you guys can see it very well because the packaging is so shiny, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll probably be using this one today because I haven't used it much. So I'm gonna kind of go, it's more of a purpley palette. So I'm gonna kind of do like a mixture of like a blue and like a purpley maybe, something like that. So let's go ahead and get started on the eyes. And the palette, the Huda Beauty palette, is definitely new to my collection. Like I said, I've only used it about 2 times, but I love it. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit more creative today, possibly. So We're just gonna start with the shade Vortex and Hot Mess, those two down at the bottom. I'm just gonna mix those together because I don't want all the way dark. I don't want Vortex to be the darkest, and so I'm just gonna mix it with a little bit of a lighter shade. If you guys can hear like birds and stuff, I'm sorry. My window is open because it's gonna get hot in here, so, and it's a beautiful day. So if you guys can hear birds, I am sorry about that. But so I'm just gonna start with taking those colors and just like packing those into that outer corner. I think I might do. I'm gonna try a halo eye. I'm gonna do a halo eye today. I'm feeling a halo eye. I've been doing them a lot recently, and I've been really loving them. So we're gonna do that. And this eyeshadow look is not gonna match my shirt, so don't come at me for that. But yeah, so I'm gonna pack those two shades in the inner and the outer corners. And if I'm looking down, my mirror is down here as always, so. But I'm going to just like pack those here just to get all that color. I'm going to take a bigger brush. This is just a Firma 201. I got this in my Ipsy, and it's actually been a pretty good brush. So it feels kind of cheap, but like the bristles are super soft and it works well. So I'm going to go ahead and take, I think I'm going to take Libra, this like purpley shade right here. I'm going to take Libra, and I'm going to just blend out those edges. So I'm just gonna lightly start to diffuse those edges. Honestly, all of this makeup that I'm gonna be talking about today has been like my favorite for so long, but I've really been doing makeup in April a lot more than I had been previous months because I've been going out more because the weather has been great and the COVID is starting to get relaxed a little bit, but I'm still masking up, so you guys still need to wear masks. Just because the mandate may be lifted in some states does not mean that you should go out without a mask. Okay, I'm just saying. But yeah, and everything is pretty much open now, so we've been going out more and just trying to enjoy the good weather, honestly. So for some reason, that Vortex shade isn't wanting to blend very well. But maybe that's just because I put on concealer instead of like an actual eye primer. But I don't know. So I'm basically just trying to like leave the center part here open with no color because we're going to go in with our shimmer on that part. So I'm just basically keeping all of that color on the inner and the outer corners. So now that I've taken Libra, I'm going to add in just a tiny bit of Haze, which is this like bluish green color up there. Like I said, this color is beautiful, so I just want to add in just a tiny bit of it. Tap off the brush. And then just a tad above that Libra shade. Do you guys like how I'm doing my eyebrows now? I don't know if you can see them. But I've been trying to do a lot more softer eyebrows, and these still are not soft, but like they're more like soap brows, I guess. I'm just trying to keep them from being like too, harsh. So, but yeah, I'm just going to keep blending those colors until I get that seamless blend. Now that those are nice and blended, I'm just going to take a clean, fluffy brush, and with no product, this is the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH30. It's just like a really big fluffy brush. Has no product on it, and I'm just going to take that and continue to blend over that edge. Because I just want to make sure that there's a nice diffused edge, and I don't want it to be any harsh lines, so. And doing this can also like bring in the color a little bit here in the middle. So, alright, I think that looks good. So now I'm going to take a shimmer onto the lid. I'm thinking I'm going to go in with Nebula because it's just so gorgeous. It's this shade here. Right there. Nebula. And I'm just going to take that on my finger as good as I can because I have nails, so it's going to be a little harder. But I'm just going to take that on my middle finger and I'm just going to pack that in the middle. Wow, that color is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Huda Beauty has some really good eyeshadow formulas. I'm bringing that all the way up to my brow bone for that halo eye. And once I have that shade down, I'm going to take the first brush that I was using, which I didn't tell you guys, but it was a Morphe M152. It's just like a very, very small blender brush. I'm going to dip back into that Vortex shade and kind of just blend that out a little bit. Just so there's, again, no harsh lines or anything. It's looking cute. Doing that on the inner and the outer corner. But I'm not bringing that dark shade up. I'm just leaving it focused on the lid. And then once we have that packed down, I'm going to go back into that firmer brush. Go back into Libra just a tiny bit and just blend that out. And I'm kind of like blending it with the shimmer shade up here. So that way it's just nice and blown out. I'm actually going to take some more of Nebula and just place that right in the center so that we can have all that shade right there. So beautiful. And then again, taking that same firmer brush and just stamping around the edges of that to kind of blend that out. Have you guys been playing in makeup much since COVID? I mean, I haven't, but then like I don't go anywhere, but I guess like I have been more recently than I did obviously in the beginning, but yeah. Okay, so this is looking cute. I'm just going to go ahead and go do the other eye off camera and I'll be back and we can go ahead and start with the base makeup. Okay, I'm back and both eyes are done. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the face makeup. Now this primer I've literally loved since I've tried it. So it's nothing really new. But I haven't tried any new primers really this month. So this is just what I've been loving in the month of April. So an April favorite that I have is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Now, like I said, I have not used anything new, and this is not new, but I love it, so. I just feel like it just keeps your makeup on all day long because it is just, it's sticky and tacky, like if you can see like my finger sticks through it, and it just hydrates and just leaves your makeup to stick all day long. So that's why I love this one. So now for foundation, I have 4 foundations to talk about. Yes, 4. I know, that's a lot, but there's a reason for that. So I just started fake tanning. As you can see, like I have a little bit left, but not much. It's pretty much all faded out. So the reason I have 4 is because 2 are for whenever I am fake tanned, and then 2 are for whenever I am normally pale. So let's talk about the fake tan ones first, because I won't be using those today because like I said, they're a little bit dark right now. So the first one is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This is in the shade 215 Almond. It has SPF 50 and antioxidant enriched pollution protection, full coverage protective makeup with sunscreen. This obviously is like going to be way too dark for me right now, but this foundation is literally beautiful. It is very, very glowy. So if you're more oily skinned, then I would not recommend this for you because it, like I said, it's very oily because it has sunscreen in it. And now that we're getting into the warmer months, I have been loving this because my skin just needs a little bit of moisture, honestly. So, like I said, this is one of my April favorites for foundation, but I can't use it because I'm no longer fake tanned. I'm going to do it again this weekend, I think, so I can use it. But the other foundation that I've been loving is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Again, this is in my tan shade. This is in the shade M2.5 Sahel. Sahel, S-A-H-E-L. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this foundation is, again, beautiful. It is it's not, I wouldn't say it's very glowy, but it is pretty glowy. So if you have more oily skin, I think this could work for you, though. I think this could work on any skin type. But honestly, let's see if it has any claims about it being for a certain skin. I don't see it on the bottle, but this bottle is glass, if you guys can hear it. Hear it? Glass. But again, this is too dark for me right now, but I have been loving this foundation. Again, I just picked this up at the Sephora VIB sale, so I haven't used it for very long, but literally I fell in love with it the first time that I put it on my face. So there's that one. So now we're going to talk about the two that I'm actually going to be using today. So let's mention the first one is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This foundation is amazing. This is in the shade 425, and this is a little light for me right now because, again, my fake tan is wearing off, but I think it'll be a decent shade. But this, again, is it's not oily, but it's not matte. It's like right between that natural, fresh-looking skin. So I would really recommend this foundation, and it's from the drugstore, so it's cheaper. So we're going to use this, and we're going to mix it with the, of course, Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation, oil-free. This foundation has been my favorite for years and years. Probably ever since I tried it, which was probably like 3 years ago. I've gone through like 20 of these or more, probably more, but this just works so well on my skin, and it's like like that natural finish. It's not too drying, it's not too matte. This could honestly work on any skin, but if you have like extremely oily skin, they have a new formula. It's the Too Faced Born This Way Matte. And I have not tried that one yet, but I do plan on trying that soon. But this is in the shade Almond. So again, I'm just going to mix these two, but I have been loving these for the month of April and for all times. I am almost out of this one, as you can see. It's very, very low. I need to pick up a new one, but I just like to put it onto the back of my hand, mix it together, and then obviously just apply it on my face. I don't know how well this shade will be right now. Like I said, my fake tan's wearing off, so I'm kind of like this weird in-between shade, but here's what it looks like on the back of my hand. I know, this is a lot of product. I won't use it all, but it comes out quickly, so I'm sorry. But I just like to dip my beauty blender in and then start applying on my cheek. You want to just bounce. You don't ever want to swipe. But honestly, this shade is like, wow, this shade is really good. Ooh, I'm happy. It's not like I have anywhere to be after this anyway, so it doesn't really matter what my shade looks like, but everyone loves a good shade match, so don't forget your neck either, because Now, I will say something, if you're very sensitive to fragrance, the L'Oreal one does have a little bit of fragrance to it. It's not too bad, but I can definitely smell it putting it on. But once it's on and like blended in and everything, you can't really smell it. So I will just say that is gorgeous. I love these foundations so much. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and finish blending my face off camera just to save some time. Okay, I'm back and I have my foundation on. And as you can see, it has like a slight glow, but it's more on the matte side, I'd say. And I think that one is the L'Oreal that is more matte, because the my mind just went blank. The Too Faced, oh my gosh, the Too Faced one is a lot more glowy. And so, yeah. I have concealers to talk about now. I have 3 of them. And these, 2 of them have been my favorites for a really long time. And then one of them I just got recently and fell in love with. So that is why it's in my April favorites. So we're going to talk about the one that I've been using the longest. And that is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is in the shade Snow. This has been my favorite concealer since I've tried it, which was back in, like, when it first came out. I don't exactly remember what year it was, but it came out a while ago. And I love this concealer because I love the Too Faced foundation, and I use that on, like, every day, and this just pairs so well with it, obviously, because it's from the same line, same brand, everything. But it's so creamy and easy to blend, and it's just amazing. So that's that one. The next one I have is the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. This is in the shade 1. This one is a little bit, tiny bit too pink for me. You're not going to be able to tell, but it's a little bit too pink for me at the moment and all the time. No, I said at the moment. It's a little bit too pink for me, but it's very full coverage and it blends so well. Again, it's very creamy and I just love it. So, but the one that we're going to be using today is a new one that I just tried recently, and it is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. This is amazing. So I tried the original Tarte Shape Tape concealer and it was just way too dry for my under eyes, because my under eyes are one of the driest part of my face for some weird reason. But it was like so dry and I feel like it made me get bumps under my eyes. So I was like, it's either 1, old, or 2, the formula does not work well on my face, which obviously could have been both. But yeah, so I was like, I'm going to give the Ultra Creamy one a go. And this one is new and I just got it at Ulta a few weeks ago and I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, it's so much better than the original in my opinion, but that's because I have like combination skin, leaning towards dry, especially under my under eyes. But so we're going to be using that today, and I have the shade, let's see, 20S Light Sand. So the doe foot is literally like the same as the previous Shape Tape, the original, but this one is just so much creamier and way more hydrating than the original. The original is much more drying. So now I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out. Ooh, full coverage too. I forgot to mention that. It's very full coverage, just like the original Shape Tape. But look how easy that blends. Like, are you kidding me? This is so good. I'm going to go finish blending this off camera and I'll be right back to continue with the face makeup. Okay, my concealer is blended, and I would say that I don't think this one is as full coverage as the original, but it's pretty close. And it, as you can see, it looks gorgeous on my under eyes, so I love that. So now we're going to move on to powders. I have 2 powders to talk about. One that is my literal all-time favorite under eye setting powder and all over my face setting powder, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05 Fair. This, I've gone through like 3 of these since I tried it, and it's just amazing. It sets your under eye and it makes it look so smooth. So I'm probably going to end up using that one today because I'm feeling more dry, and that one's not as drying as this next one. This next one is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake. This one is amazing as well. It kind of reminds me of Maybelline Fit Me, honestly, but it is a lot more drying, I would say. It's definitely a lot more drying, actually, but it's still very, very pretty, and I have been loving this the month of April, but actually, let's just use this one today. If it oxidizes my under eyes, oh well, because sometimes it does oxidize my under eyes, but I that's okay. Let's take one for the team. So I'm just going to make sure I don't have any creases on my under eye, and then I'm just going to dip in. And it picks up a lot of powder. So what I like to do is I like to dab it off on my hand and then go, because I don't like a ton of powder on my under eyes, because my under eyes, like I said before, tend to be drying. So like as you can see, it did oxidize my concealer a tiny bit, but not bad, and it's very beautiful, so makes it look very, very smooth. It's very strongly fragrant, so if you don't like fragrance in your makeup, you will not like this, or a lot of Huda Beauty's makeup, because almost all of her face makeup has a lot of fragrance in it, so. And on the rest of my face, and my forehead specifically, I just like to take what's left on the Beauty Blender and just kind of set. And then I like to touch around to see if there's any places that need set more, because I don't like my foundation to be sticky, just because I don't like my hair to stick in it, I don't like it to get on my clothes, and I just don't like it, so. I'm so stupid. I forgot there was no sifter in this, and I dumped it over like I would dump it into my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this happened. Don't dump over your Huda Beauty powder. Oh my god, the fragrance is so strong. It's choking me. Oof. Okay, now that we have that handled, we're going to move on to our bronzer. Now, for bronzer, I have a product that I, again, have been using for a while, but been loving it the month of April because I found fake tan. And this is normally what I would use in the summer when I am tanned, but since I found fake tan and I can tan without the sun, I've been loving this. So this is the Morphe Glamour Bronze Face and Body Bronzer in Originator. So this is amazing. This is what it looks like. It's huge. It's literally like the side of my face. But I am so sad about what I'm about to show you. Okay. So I got my Page Corn Bling Brushes collab for Christmas, right? Here's my bronzer brush. It's broken already, and I have barely used them. Like, I use it every day, but I got them for Christmas, and they already broke. It came unglued, I guess, but it's, like, honestly annoying because I just got them not that long ago, and my Morphe brushes I've had for years, and they don't do that. And look, this one is the same thing. I am so angry about this, like, ugh. But it's fine. I'll just use a different brush, I guess. I'm just going to use the LR342 contour blending brush from LaRouche, something like that. I got this in my Ipsy, so I'm just dipping into that, tapping off excess, and just going right on my cheeks. I like to use a smaller brush for bronzer because I can keep it more controlled and only put it like where I want it. And I like to do circles and tap because I feel like tapping helps the blending and doesn't disrupt the foundation as much. I like to also like go down a little bit like this, just a little bit, because it adds a good contour to my face. Oh my god, this looks, oh my gosh, looks so harsh on camera. It does not look like this in person, but yeah, I've honestly loved this bronzer again since I got it, but I used it last summer a lot, and then I like completely stopped using it because it was for when I had like tan skin, like I said before, and in the winter months I get very pale, and in the summer months I get very tan. So I have to like only use this in the summer, but since I found fake tan, I've been using this a lot this month of April, and I have been loving it again. So that's why I'm mentioning this. And this is like the only bronzer that I've been using this month. So, and I just like to get it right up in that hairline, like up in there. And then if it looks too harsh, obviously like this does, I'll just take the buttons of my beauty blender and just blend it out. This new green beauty blender has been my favorite all month of April. It's the one that's like vegan, cruelty-free, and recyclable or biodegradable, I think. It's made of like completely plant-based products, I think it is. So that's why I've been liking this one. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose, and for that I have a favorite brush to do. So I'm going to mention that I've been using this brush for a while, but I've been liking it in the month of April a lot. This is the Morphe E62. Can you see it? It's like angled. I've been liking it because it's angled, but I just like to dip into my bronzer and start right here at the eye, where my nose meets my eye basically. And then I just like to come down here and go up, barely touching my skin. Honestly, I don't really like to contour my nose because I like the shape of my nose. I just like to add a little bit of color to the sides because my nose will get lost. And if you add bronzer to it, kind of keeps it in the mix. So I just like to do that. And then I like to go a circle on the end because I feel like it like makes it look like a more button nose, you know. So that's what I like to do for nose. And then once I have it on there and it kind of looks crazy, I just take my beauty blender and I just bounce it out. So that's how I do my nose. Now, why does my face look so crazy? I do like to take my Huda Beauty powder and bake underneath my contour because, not contour, but bronzer, just because it helps to clean up that area, make it look more snatched. So I just like to do that. I won't like actually bake. I'll just like add it, the powder, and then kind of just like blend it in right away because it still like adds that contour. Like, see what that did already? Like, oh my gosh. Just like to do that. And then I'll kind of blend it so it's not as harsh. But okay, so now we're going to move on to blush. And for blush, I have the Ofra blush in Bellini. This is what it looks like. Can you see it? So beautiful. It's literally so gorgeous. I've been using this for a couple months probably. I got it in my Ipsy again. But in the month of April, I have absolutely just been loving this color because it's kind of like a pinky peach. It's like a mixture of a pink and a peach, I'd say. It's not quite pink, but it's not quite peachy. So I just like to focus my blush back here. And then I take it and blend it forward just a little bit. Just to add some color to the center of my face where I kind of, you know, like lost the color. So again, I just like to focus it back here. Tap, 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 tap. And then I like to slowly just bring it forward. And I kind of like to go under my eye because it kind of helps mesh in that color. Then I like to take it and put it right on the nose because I like it on my nose. That blush is just absolutely gorgeous. So Now we're gonna move on to highlight. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lashes before I do my highlight because that's usually the order that I do it in. But I'm just copying what I did on top. Basically, doing the darker on the outer and the inner. You guys can't see me. I'm doing the darker on the outer and the inner like that. Okay, now I'm taking again that brush and I'm going into that lighter purple and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. I hear birds outside and it just sounds so peaceful. I'm going to take a tiny brush because I'm going to do the shimmer on the under eye. And this is the Morphe M508. You probably can't even see it, but it's literally a tiny brush. So I'm just going to take that and then I'm just going to try to dab that shimmer right under the eye. And I didn't put on a sticky base, so it's not going to work very well, but okay, the under eye is done, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the highlighter. So the first highlighter that I have to talk about is the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Sparks. Here's what it looks like. There's the shade. I can go ahead and swatch it for you guys. It is a little bit, here it is on my finger. Oh my gosh. So pretty, but I'll go ahead and swatch it on the hand. Here's what it looks like on the hand. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it is very like goldy yellowy and it's kind of powdery, but I love this shade and I love this formula. It's so beautiful. So I'm probably going to mix this one with the next one that I have to talk about today. And that is the Revlon Skin Lights Daybreak Glimmer. This is what it looks like. This one is gorgeous. It kind of looks similar, but this one is a little bit more gold. Whereas the Jaclyn Cosmetics one is a little bit more like yellowy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this top one is the Revlon, and then this bottom one is the Jaclyn Cosmetics one. So I'm just going to wipe those off my hands, and I'm going to take highlighter brush, and I'm going to go into those, mix those, and go right on the cheekbone. Wow, that's beautiful. And if it doesn't look blended enough, I just like to take my beauty blender and kind of mesh those together. And I do like to apply this on my chin and also Cupid's bow. Down my nose and a little bit on my forehead. Okay, highlighter is now done. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the inner corner of my eye. But for this, I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty palette again. And I'm just going to take the shade Supernova, which is like this pretty like duochrome white shimmer. I'm just going to take that, put that right in the inner corner here. Oh my gosh, yes, that makes it look so much better. I'm going to actually take my setting spray, dip into that, spray my brush, and then apply it. Oh yeah, wow, that makes it so much better. Now I'm going to just take my big fluffy brush again and kind of just blend right here where I may have got some foundation and just reinforce that blend. Okay, so next we're going to move on to setting spray. And for setting spray, I have the Pixie Skin Treat Glow Mist. And I love this stuff. So I'm just going to pull my hair back. I'm going to kind of protect my hair just a little bit, but Like, this is just, oh my gosh, I love this so much. It makes my skin feel so gorgeous, so hydrated, so glowy. I love it. I just like to take my beauty blender and just pat all that in just to make sure that it's all nice and blended in and that I don't get any splotches anywhere. So next we're going to go in with the mascara. And I actually found out about this mascara from Soph Does Life on YouTube. She's a makeup, I'm sure you know who Soph is, but she's a makeup person on YouTube. And she's UK based, and I absolutely love Soph. So go check her out. Soph Does Life, I think is her channel name. Or it might just be just Soph now. I'm not sure, but anyway. This is the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Mascara. This mascara is very old, but I honestly had never heard of it until I heard Soph talking about it. So, and her lashes are amazing. Her lashes are so long and so beautiful. And I just have like kind of crappy lashes, but this makes my lashes so long. I'll show you. Here's the wand. If you can see, it's just so skinny and just works so well. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat my lashes with that. Just my top for now because we are going to be putting on falsies. But can you see that? Like, my lashes look so good. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see, but here are my lashes with the mascara on. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I love this mascara. Guys, so I have my mascara on. Now we're going to move on to lashes. And for lashes, I've been loving these for a few months now, but I've absolutely been loving one specific pair in the month of April. So I'm just going to go ahead and mention all three. These are the Lunar Beauty by Manny MUA lashes, but the specific pair that I've been loving is in the style Luna. Now, I didn't get the smallest one. I think it was called Stella, maybe, something like that. But I haven't gotten that one because I didn't feel like I needed it, but now I realize I needed it, so I might buy it. But this is the style. This is the style Luna. They're so pretty. As you can see, mine are very loved. But I'm going to go ahead and use those today. The other styles that I have are Aries, which are the biggest ones. So here is the style Aries. As you can see, these are the biggest ones that he made. And then the last style that I have is Nova. Here's Nova. Nova is more of like a winged out look. So these I would use if I was wearing like a big cut crease that was kind of like winged out, obviously. But for today, I'm just going to go in with Luna. So I'm going to go ahead and apply those off camera, and I will be right back. I went ahead and put on my lower lash line mascara. So now it is time for the lips. For lips, I have a ton of lips to show you. The first ones are all of the Jaclyn Hill liquid lipsticks. I have 9 shades of these, and I love all of them. And this formula is amazing, and I'm going to be making a full video of them, and that will be out shortly after this one. I know it has been a long time since these have came out, but I'm going to film a try-on video of the 9 shades that I have here, and then when she does restock, you guys can grab the ones that you like. So after this video, I'm doing a lip swatch video on these, so stay tuned for that. But my favorite shade is, let me find it. Favorite shade that I've been loving all April is I'm a Cancer. This one is absolutely beautiful. About are the Maybelline cream lipsticks. These two. I have the shade 144 and 177. So 144, I'll swatch them for you guys. 144 is more of like a peachy, orangish color, I feel. And then 177 has more of the pinky. So this is 144 and this is 177. So as you can see, 177 is definitely more pink and lighter than that one. The other lipstick that I've been really loving recently is the Juvia's Place lipsticks. This is in the shade Lady. I'll go ahead and swatch this one for you guys as well. This one is a lot more brown, caramely nude. So here is Lady compared to 144 and 177 of those. And then I have a gloss to talk about that I'll go ahead and put on my lip. I think it's 177. This one is called 177 Bare Reveal from Maybelline. So I'm going to use this. There's what that color looks like on me. I absolutely love it. So now I'm going to pop a gloss on top. This is the Buxom Plumping Lip Cream. So it's more of like a lip cream, I guess, but to me it feels like a gloss. But this is in the shade Dolly. This is what the packaging looks like. It's frosted plastic, I think, and it's still beautiful though. These kind of smell to me like vanilla mixed with like coffee. I don't know, it's weird. But just applying that on top. Definitely adds a little bit of a pinky tint, but it's very beautiful and it is definitely plumping. But yeah, so that is it for my makeup. I hope you guys liked it. All these products have been my favorite for probably way longer than April, but during April I've just been absolutely loving these products because I've done like more makeup recently, so I feel like it's just something that I thought I should do. And I know a lot of people like to watch these monthly favorite videos so that they can maybe try new products that they've never tried before, or just see what other people are into, and because they're nosy or something, which is why I like to watch them. I'm very nosy. So I'm going to be filming that Jaclyn Cosmetics lip swatch video right after this one, and that one will probably be up probably the day after this one or like a couple days after this one. But yeah, so I hope you guys liked this video. Please comment down below what videos you guys want to see from me next, because I'm kind of lost on what videos I should film. So please comment down below what videos you think I should film. Leave me a big old thumbs up, and please, please, please subscribe, because that really, really, really helps my channel, and I really hope to grow big one day. So please, please, please subscribe, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!